Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. We have a thunderstorm going on, so I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but we have boomers, which does not make one of my sister's dogs very happy at all. So we'll see what kind of cowering mess she ends up being. I think it's supposed to blow over. I think it's just for another hour or so, and then just gloomy. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Glad you're here. Good morning, and we'll give it a minute for everybody to pop on, our tribe of practical rebels. And we have a card today from the Light Seers deck, which is an interesting card. It was upside down, so we have it in reverse, and that hasn't happened in a long time. For the most part, our cards are right side up, so we'll see. Big flash of lightning. Yes, it's going to be one of those days. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome. Glad you are here. So let us start with the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose deeper, out through the mouth, in through the nose, hold at the top, and out. Cueing your body to relax. Everything's cool, just settling in. So let's do a little grounding too. Grounding through your feet, down into Mother Earth. Hello to Kennedy. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. So everybody's starting to pop on now. And our Light Seers card for today, like I said, is in reverse. So gives us something to look at. So, just checking in to see where we're at. Today's the last day of relative cool, if you can call 80 degrees cool, and then we're moving into the mid-90s, which is not my kind of weather, and my son is popping in, good morning Carolyn, for a couple of days, and his significant other will join him a day after he gets here. And then that particular day, I'm dropping those two off at the airport around noonish. I'm picking up my sister from the airport at 4:48. So, and all three of them are from Portland, so they're just crossing in midair almost. And then my dad has another sleep study, same day. That's going to be a whole lot of car time. Speaking of car time, I want to thank my local Midas dealer. They are an awesome shop, and $1,300 later, I was out of there. What do you do? And she said to me, my mechanic is Emily, and she said to me, well, what's going on with it? And I said, it sounds funny. I describe the sounds, but it sounds funny. And that's usually how I figure out something is amiss with a vehicle, is it sounds funny. So, yeah. So, $1,300 later, it sounds better. There we go. So, Light Seers deck today by Chris Ann. Oh, better not cover up her eyes. How's she going to be a Light Seer if I'm covering up her eyes? Card was in reverse, so I'll show it to you in reverse first. It is the Queen of Pentacles. Now I'll turn her around so you can actually see her. It's a beautiful card. So, let's see what it says. I'm going to read the Shadow Seer side first, because that's what we actually received. Then I'll read the Light Seer side, and then I'll read the little narrative and the affirmation. So, breath in, breath out. Shadow Seer. Financial stress, being self-absorbed, smothering others, helicopter parenting, overindulgence, work-home imbalance, good morning Mel, glad you're here, and materialism. The Light Seer part of this card is a healer, a working parent, a self-made person, material wealth and abundance, strength in family and community, a kind and nurturing heart, groundedness, being down to earth, generosity. Good morning, Maureen. Glad you're here. So those are the things we're aiming for, but right now we're kind of stuck in a place that's not there yet. Not there yet. But again, as we've repeatedly said, a lot of things are coming up in order to be looked at and cleared, so that self-absorption and overindulgence. Did that yesterday. Fried ice cream. It was fabulous. Good morning, Angie. Glad you are here. But let's see what it has to tell us. Thank you for the coffee. And pick out what resonates for you. So take a deep breath, opening yourself to receiving the part of this message that's here for you. All right. This self-made queen, I'll show you again, reminds you to step into abundance by shifting any shadows you are holding around wealth and security. So it's the opportunity. Again, the card was in reverse. So it's the opportunity for us to look at what are we thinking and doing with regard to wealth and security. Are we telling ourselves things are terrible, horrible, awful, when really they may not be? Chance to look. You are safe. Pay attention to your finances to level up your money game, and give yourself permission to rise into the upper ranks. This is a positive message of creature comforts and happiness, and this earthly medicine ushers in a life well lived in the material world. The opportunity in living a good life in the material world is also the opportunity to share that wealth with others. So look for your opportunities. Look for your opportunities. Connect with nature to find your calm, healing, and rooted power, and harness the abundance that's available to you by bringing groundedness to your situation. Again, you want to be aligned with this material wealth. You want to use it for good. Use it for good. And really, that concept of money is the root of all evil, people don't get that. It's actually, the saying is, the love of money to the exclusion of everything else is the root of all evil. So using money in a positive way, using it as an energy, it's an energy like anything else. Use it as an energy to heal the world, help people, etc., etc. Okay? Let's see here, where are we? Shower others with warm blessings from a charitable heart, as loyalty, family, and community are themes at this time. Your nurturing and down-to-earth approach will gift stability and support to those in your life. Don't overextend your energy. Don't overextend your energy. And avoid enabling others by overmothering them. The question I always ask myself is, what if these crappy circumstances that someone else is going through are precisely the lesson they need to learn to create a better life for themselves? And if I bail them out of that, have I destroyed the lesson? Which then will repeat, because we are going to learn the lessons one way or another. But don't overmother. Don't enable. Be of support. I believe you can do this. I believe you can figure this out. I did this with my daughter often. She'd call up in a crisis. Not anymore. She's in her 30s now. But she'd call up in a crisis, and I'd say, "You're a smart young woman. I think you can figure this out." And she'd hang up on me. A couple days later, she'd call me back and go, "I figured it out." I knew you would. I knew you would. They must learn to walk on their own. Bring your self-worth and guidance and your glorious, powerful love. And then the affirmation is, I enjoy my deeply connected life, and I lead it with an outpouring of warmth, abundance, and love. So let me read that again. I enjoy my deeply connected life, and I lead it with an outpouring of warmth, abundance, and love. Take a breath. Bringing that in. So, again, the card was upside down, suggesting we have some work to do to look at that shadow side of our beliefs about prosperity and money and wealth and sharing and all that stuff. And then she'll write herself, and on we'll go in healer, working parent, self-made person, material wealth, abundance, etc. Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. So this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. So Ooh, more lightning. Yeah, it's going to be stormy for a while here. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.